6 p.m. Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Hassan Gilani. First, the headlines. Prime Minister is in Gilgit to review development projects as well as law and order situation in the region. Speaking at the Commonwealth Youth Ministerial meeting in London today, the Foreign Minister stressed for investing in quality education to tackle challenges of modern world. Pakistan and Azerbaijan have expressed the desire to further strengthen bilateral cooperation in diverse economic sectors for shared prosperity. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia joint naval exercise Nasim al-Bahr concluded at Al-Jubail today. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, occupation troops in their unrelenting acts of state terrorism have martyred 68 people during the current year. In Super 4 stage of Asia Cup at Colombo, match between India and Sri Lanka is underway. And now the news in detail. Caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar is in Gilgit to review progress on development projects as well as law and order situation in the region. On his arrival, the Prime Minister laid a floral wreath at the Monument of Martyrs. A contingent of Gilgit-Baltistan scouts presented guard of honor to the Prime Minister. Later, the Prime Minister visited an exhibition of science models by students of local schools and evinced a keen interest in the innovative models made by the students. The students presented various models depicting power generation from hydel and solar sources to mitigate the impact of climate change. The Prime Minister lauded the abilities of children and said Pakistan has a bright future ahead due to its talented youth. He also appreciated the knowledge of young girls and boys on environmental issues. Chief Secretary Gilgit-Baltistan Mohiuddin Wani briefed the Prime Minister regarding reforms in education sector of Gilgit-Baltistan. Gilgit-Baltistan Chief Minister Gulbar Khan called on caretaker Prime Minister Anwarul Haq Kakar in Gilgit today. During the meeting, the Chief Minister informed the Prime Minister about the progress on development projects in the region. The Chief Minister also briefed about initiatives for public welfare projects in Gilgit-Baltistan, especially in health and education sectors. He also apprised the Prime Minister about the initiatives for promotion of tourism in Gilgit-Baltistan. The Chief Minister presented the Prime Minister a traditional attire of Gilgit-Baltistan. President Dr. Arif Alvi has appointed Fawad Hassan Fawad as the caretaker federal minister. The appointment was made on the advice of caretaker Prime Minister under Article 224(1)(a) of the Constitution. President Dr. Arif Alvi has called for more robust cooperation with China in the areas of trade, economy, culture and defense. He made these remarks during his meeting with the ambassador-designate of China to Pakistan, who called on him in Islamabad today and presented his diplomatic credentials. The president said China is a reliable and time-tested friend and Pakistan wants to further strengthen strategic relations with China for the mutual benefit of the two countries. Welcoming the ambassador-designate of China to Pakistan, Mr. Jiang Zaitong, Dr. Arif Alvi said Pakistan highly values its ties with China as it has always stood by Pakistan at difficult times. The president expressed his gratitude for China's unflinching support to Pakistan's socio-economic development as well as its principal stance on Jammu and Kashmir dispute. Ambassador-designate of Venezuela to Pakistan, Jose Rafael Silva Aponte, also called on Dr. Arif Alvi. The president said Pakistan places special emphasis on improving trade and economic relations with Venezuela. In his meeting with the ambassador-designate of Colombia, Mr. Julio Anibal Riano Valendala, the president underlined the need for further enhancing economic, culture and trade relations with Colombia. Caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Chilani says education is the cornerstone of personal growth and national development, and investing in quality education equips young individuals to tackle challenges of modern world. He said this in his opening remarks at the plenary session of Commonwealth Youth Ministerial meeting that began in London today. The minister said creating conditions for economic empowerment of young people through diverse and inclusive opportunities that align with the changing global economy will assist young people fulfill their talents and abilities. Highlighting the importance of addressing climate change, Jalil Abbas Chilani said young people are at the forefront of climate activism, demonstrating a profound commitment to environmental preservation. Earlier, the 10th Commonwealth Youth Ministers meeting, chaired by caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Chilani, began in London today. Theme of the four-day ministerial meeting is Aim Higher Commonwealth Youth Ministers meeting, chaired by caretaker Foreign Minister Jalil Abbas Chilani. Joint naval exercise Naseem al-Bahr of Naval Forces of Pakistan and Saudi Arabia concluded at Saudi city of Al Jubail today. The sea phase of the exercise was conducted in Arabian Sea. The exercise included a wide range of operational maneuvers encompassing major facets of anti-surface, anti-air, mine warfare, and special operations in stimulated multi-threat environment to provide optimum training value. Exercise Naseem al-Bahr is a operational exercise which over the last 2 decades has evolved as a manifestation of Pak-Saudi strategic relationship and mutual resolve to enhance cooperation in dealing with maritime threats. Pakistan and Azerbaijan have expressed their desire to further strengthen bilateral cooperation in diverse economic sectors for shared prosperity. The understanding came during a meeting between Minister for Planning and Development Mohammad Sami Saeed and Ambassador of Azerbaijan to Pakistan Khazar Farhadov in Islamabad today. During the meeting, they discussed various avenues of collaboration, including trade and energy. The planning minister emphasized the importance of long-standing friendship between the two countries and reiterated the commitment to further strengthening mutual relationship. The ambassador of Azerbaijan, Khazar Farhadov, informed that since 2022, direct flights between the two countries have contributed to these relations. He said around 50,000 Pakistani tourists visited Azerbaijan last year through an online visa which takes 3 hours to process. The planning minister appreciated this gesture and expressed his eagerness to explore opportunities for collaboration in the field of tourism. In Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir, occupation troops in their unrelenting acts of terrorism have murdered 68 people during the current year as part of their brutalities to break the Kashmiris' resolve for securing UN-pledged right to self-determination. According to Kashmir Media Service, 2,900 people, including women, Hurriyat leaders, and activists and businessmen, were arrested during black laws during the period. After abrogation of Articles 370 and 35A, Indian Army, Central Reserve Police Force, and Border Security Force used the latest war weapons and technology against the defenseless people of Jammu and Kashmir to silence their voice for their inalienable right. Russian President Vladimir Putin has warned that the supply of F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine will not change the war but will drag on the conflict further. Addressing a forum in Vladivostok city, he said the counteroffensive in Ukraine has gained no results and the Ukrainians are sustaining heavy casualties. The 27th Chief of Naval Staff Open Golf Championship will begin at Karachi Club tomorrow. The opening ceremony of the championship was held today at Karachi Golf Club. This year, the golf championship will be played in professionals, senior professionals, junior professionals, amateurs, senior amateurs, veterans, ladies, and junior categories. In the Super 4 stage of Asia Cup against Sri Lanka at Colombo, India were 197 for 9 in 47 overs a short while ago. Earlier, India won the toss and chose to bat. And finally, the weather. Hot and humid weather is expected in most plain areas of the country during the next 12 hours. However, rain, wind and thunder shower is expected at isolated places in Potohar region, northeast Punjab, Kashmir and adjoining hilly areas. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.